All right, so to better ourselves as a community, as a whole, as a nation in general, it must start with ourselves. Each individual person has to want better, has to have a passion to do better, to just stop it.
No, go ahead. Don't worry about her.
Like we have to love ourselves first, so we can learn how to love each other and everyone else. Now this is not gonna happen overnight. This is not gonna happen the next day. It's not gonna happen in a couple minutes, couple years, couple months. It may take decades, it may take centuries, but it needs to start somewhere so we can get this ball.
What are you doing today that makes you better than the person you were yesterday? That is part of the Ascension brand. That is the motto, the heart of what we stand for. When I pass away, I want people to know. I want people to remember me, not for the time that I've spent on this planet, but for the things that I have done to contribute to society.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, back to the Dirty Trunk Podcast. It's your boy Marcus Morton. Always with me is the Aaron Mac and the lovely Coco.
Welcome back.
Hey, y'all.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Hey, we have some very interesting and touching topics to get on.
Let's start with the hard conversation first. I actually wanted to tell this. I wanted to wait until this got to the podcast. I didn't want to keep talking about it and keep bringing it up because it was like a tough situation for me to deal with.
Right.
You guys know that, like, excuse me. You guys know that I'm not really into watching the news and keeping up with current events because most of the time, like, you don't really need to know about it until it's like literally happening to you. But what happens when you don't need to know about it turns into you getting thrown directly into the middle of the situation?
Ooh.
So here's what happened. Last Thursday morning, I got up. It's a normal day. I seen the I Can't Breathe video. Not the actual video of George Floyd getting killed, but the video that the guy was rapping on. I don't know if you guys seen it yet or not. But I seen that and I was like, it really touched me because I'm like, yo, like, this is like, if somebody is not watching this and like feeling this in their heart, like, this dude was like literally saying, like, I got kids, and like he was crying, like he was like, yo, I got a family, I didn't do anything, like, and I'm like, yo, like, there's probably people right now watching this like, yo, they don't feel nothing. And like, I just left it at that. Like, I'm not about to sit here and watch the news. I'm not about to sit up here and like play internet activists like most people are, just like trying to pretend like they actually give a damn about the situation. And I'm not saying they don't, but you know, your actions tell for the most part.
You can do a little more.
We doing too much is the problem. But we not putting our energy into the right actions, but that's neither here or there. So that night, I went for a jog. Like, I was just like, you know what? I feel like being active right now. I'm going to go to my old high school and I'm going to run the track. I went out there. I was out there for maybe about an hour and a half, and it had gotten dark. And it was about maybe 9 something, like right there at sunset. And as I was leaving, a cop car pulls up, and there was like a few cars that was out in the parking lot where my car was, and they pulled up behind this one car that looked like it was about to pull off, but like they turned their lights off as if like they seen the cop coming, and then he turned his lights on, like his strobe lights, his patrol lights. He turned those on and he got out of the car. He walked over. I'm thinking like, oh, well, they just, and I seen him doing like all these hand movements, like pointing in these different directions. I'm like, okay, well, he probably saw that person speeding somewhere and they came in here to try to duck off or something. Like I was like, cool. And it was like it was a nice looking car that he was pulling up behind. It was like a Mercedes, like S-Class. So I was like, I don't know what that's all about. No. I know they ain't here to run. They won't hear when I got here. They ain't just getting their car from the track. I'm like drenched in sweat at this point. I walk into my car. I didn't even look over there. I didn't give the police officer eye contact. I got headphones in. I'm like, yo, I'm minding my own business. That's a white guy. And right now, like, it's too much going on for me to pay attention to that. So I'm going to get in my car, start my shit up, and I'm gonna pull off. And I be damned, as soon as I get in my car and start it up, like turn the key. I didn't even get it started. I turned the key to accessory. Another police car pulls up, blocks the entrance, and he gets out and immediately starts to walk into my direction. Oh. Now at this point, my heart is in my ass. And I'm just like, bro, this is not happening right now. Like right now, this is not happening. Right. So he comes over to the window and he's like real respectable. He got his hand on his gun at this point. Like I can see him walking up. Like I can see his waist in the mirror. He has his hands on his hips. Like he's like about to pop some buttons open. As you know, that's the only thing holding that gun in at this point. You know, he ain't got the safety on or nothing. So, and it's clipped up. So I'm like nervous at this point because I see his hand. It's like moving, like he's like ready to do something. I'm like, immediately I put my hands on the wheel. I'm like, nah, I ain't doing this. I'm not doing this.
Not today, sir.
But
not today.
Like the situation didn't get any, like it didn't get out of hand. Right. But at the same time, like the what really upset me was how I felt in the moment. And I'm like, yo, like there are people who probably would have gave this guy some shit. And they probably would have reacted or responded to what's going on in the media. And that situation could have got blown way out of hand. Yeah. And it's like the propaganda creating the situation, because who's to say that there's not another person who's going off on this police officer for doing a routine check. And like he was there, they were there for a reason. Right. Apparently like 20 minutes before I was leaving, the alarms in the school went off, and the burglar alarm went off. Somebody was trying to break into the school. So they were there for a reason, and they were checking all the cars and whatnot. And I was just thinking like, yo, that could have went a whole lot worse. Right. And like he could have, and just like I could have went off on him because of what's going on in the world could have also made put him on edge. He could have got hostile with me. Right. And it's like, yo, I'm not even in control of any of that. And it's just like the way I felt in the moment was just enough to like really shock my system a little bit.
That's why we need to kind of like change the way the news does things, because right now it's just it's mostly always negative, and like it affects people in different ways. It like people can watch the news and like that could ruin their entire day.
Yeah.
And it's just like
you see it happen all the time, especially with older people.
Oh man, like like some people they watch the news and then they plan out their entire like day or like their entire week just by one news broadcast or something like that. But it's all propaganda. The news just does something, it gets in our heads, and then it's just, instead of it being, all right, this is what happened with this one person, it takes that and just like expands it over like the entire United States or the entire world, and then we see almost everybody in that type of light.
It's like if the image is zoomed in, of course you don't see. Of course, if I have this table and I have chaos happening on this one section of the table, it's easy for me to zoom in on that little chaos and say that the whole section, the whole table is in chaos. Like, it's easy for me to do that. Like, I can't, like, they take one isolated incident and like they broadcast it and they tell a story, they twist it to make you think that the whole shebang is screwed up.
Yeah.
And that was the case when the one guy from Baltimore got killed that one time, because like I still got people that live in Baltimore,
right?
of course, the news down here, they're talking about Baltimore like the whole city is up in flames. But then you talk to your peoples and they like, nah, that shit just happened like across town and like ain't nobody really talking about it. Like and I mean, I guess it's good to know people in different places too, because like I know people all across the United States. So it's funny how they would tell you one thing and then you talk to somebody from that lives in a certain place and then it's like, no, that's not the case.
What was it about DC having a communication block?
A communication block.
Yeah, because some protesters got on the White House lawn and was fighting the.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
I can promise you that ain't happen.
yeah. I don't know.
And ain't it snipers like looking at the White House at all times? Like
I don't know.
Yeah.
Because it was a drone one time that tried to fly over the fence one time and that drone was shot down before it even hit the fence.
So, yeah, I mean, it's like you said, like the media takes one area and just blow it out of proportion. Like we had a friend that was in Richmond on the rooftop having dinner, all dolled up. Yeah, and while the protesting and stuff was happening and all that.
Yeah, and she didn't know until she
saw the news.
No, till she got ready to go home, I guess.
Oh, there was some commotion going on.
Yeah, because she was like recording the helicopter, and I was like, "Did she even know what this for?"
So there was no commotion. It was just helicopters. It was a strong police presence.
From her point of view. You know what?
That's
I did watch a live. I didn't.
So a strong police presence.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't get.
And see, that's the thing. The police presence is what's causing the situation.
Yeah.
Because it's like, yo, y'all just killed a black man. Like, y'all not about to come around here and strong arm us. And that's what's happening.
Yeah, because it started with a few people protesting. It wasn't that many, because I watched a couple of lives. And then I guess everybody got word that they was out there protesting, and then everybody swarmed, and it just went left.
How y'all feel about the protest?
So, in most of the cases, they actually start out peacefully.
Yes.
And the media has spun it that it's always a riot. It's always, the protesters are out of control. But in, reality, it's actually been the cops. The cops have been throwing the first blow or doing the first move.
Yeah,
and they just don't talk about that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And there's actually been, like, for the rioting and looters, there have been confirmed cases of, like, secret FBI agents or something breaking the windows and doing all the looting. Yeah, they've been caught. Like, one dude, they was like, his ex-wife was like, yeah, that's him. He's, starting all this shit and all that other stuff. Yeah. Like crazy. But
that's the country we live in.
Yeah, like instead of just giving like rightful justice, you go
paid
through,
employee.
United States is like that one person. Let's do this and see if we get this amount of likes or media coverage.
It's pretty much just a social experiment. Like, you remember that show, What Would You Do?
Nah,
it's like a situation will go on in no, not really. It was a social media thing, but it was like one of those situations where like it will be a random person in public and they'll see a situation that's like so fucked up, and it's like they'll look at like different people, like say you walk into a restaurant and you overhear a guy behind you in line threatening his wife or something, and it's like they'll be looking at you like overhearing the situation, and they'll be like talking about it like on Punk'd or something, like and they'll be talking about it like, this guy right here, he's noticing it, let's see what he does. And then they'll get the person who ignores it, they'll get the person who did something about it, and they'll ask them why they chose that certain action.
Yeah.
So
that was actually, do they have them anymore?
No, they canceled that shit because you can't.
Why would y'all do that?
Big controlled media. Stuff like that shines a light.
Bring it back.
Stuff like that shines a light on the corrupt, the protesting real quick. Like I want to shine some light on it. Being honest, I don't believe that protests really change anything, because no matter how many people protesting, it always takes one person or a small group of people who are sitting in an office across from the decision makers that makes the decisions. And usually at that point, the protesters are not really a factor.
I mean, but it is some people out there encouraging people to vote for, to get the people that's in office now out.
But that really ain't gonna do nothing.
I mean, well,
because then you get new people with power to replace the old people with power, and they might do the same thing. Then what? We just gonna protest again? Like, the fact of the matter is, it's like we've been here before. We've done this. We literally literally did the same exact thing when Trayvon Martin was killed, when Alton Sterling was killed, when give me some more names.
Freddie Gray.
Yeah, that one. All these situations. Michael Brown, like all these situations, we've been protesting and we've been getting the same results. So why keep doing the same thing over and over and over again?
I think that's why they rioting and destroying shit now.
And see, here's the thing though, like, not only black people are getting killed by police. It's only the black people being shown getting killed by police that's making the news.
That's the only thing that media will show.
And because that's the only thing that's interesting. That's the only thing that's going to continue boosting their ratings up. So why are we falling for that same trick every single year? Because it happens once a year, literally once a year. And it's not like one black person get killed once a year. It's just they choose one situation, and it's like, oh yeah, that one look a little bit more fucked up than this one over here. Let's use that one.
I mean, do all of them get caught on camera?
And that's it. That's one caveat. But maybe not. But there has been some that got caught on camera that nobody talks about. There was a black man that killed a white guy, police officer that got caught on camera. Nobody said anything about it. And the guy was homeless, I think. And nobody said a damn thing about it.
What?
Because the news didn't hype it up. There was
I feel like it was hyped on, it was, what's the right word? It was more on social media before the news got a hold of it. I think it was the talk of social media.
But does that really make a difference?
I mean, it could.
Because social media can be on something for a minute, and the news will hit it, and then people, like the older folks, the older generation will get it from the news, and it'll get stirred right back up again.
Yeah,
like they're showing up on social media just mean that the younger generation got it first.
I mean, that kind of happened all fast.
Anyway, we're going to go ahead and hop up off of that conversation because it's depressing, man. Like, it really is. Like, it shouldn't be that way. And it's like so many simple solutions could stop this stuff. Like, not talking about it. And it seemed too simple to actually be a solution. But think about it. When ain't nobody talking about it, it ain't happening. 2 weeks ago, we were talking about murder hornets. Won't nobody talking about racism?
I mean, we need to get it solved. We need the justice to happen.
If you don't talk about it, it's solved. Because it's not really a problem. It's only a problem when the attention is brought to it. Because now that you brought the attention to it, just like every year, Black History Month, we want to put a candlelight on racism. The fact that racism happened, therefore you creating all of this animosity amongst the black people towards the people who enslaved them. And now all of a sudden we thinking about slavery again, and now we want to rebel. Then all of a sudden Black Lives Matter shirts start selling out like crazy every year in February. And then you start talking about the problem again. Because everybody wants to just talk about the problem.
So it would be a solution for that.
Not talk about the problem. Or change your perspective on what the problem is. Maybe the problem isn't the situation, the fact that it happened. Maybe the problem is us. That's just the way I see it. Because Black History Month, the only thing that I was taught about Black History Month is that I should be upset about our past. Because that's the perception that is given from other black folks. Feel free to disagree. Cause I see I see her eyebrow up, so I'm curious.
Cause it's like, I don't know. I feel 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 like, I don't know. I f everybody is not like what you're saying.
But the majority is.
Maybe from
And
your perspective.
I'm from the hood, and there's more black folks living in the hood than black folks living in
I'm from the
good
hood
neighborhoods.
too, but I haven't seen, I don't know. We grew up different.
So, to get on the history thing, the whole point of learning history is so we don't repeat what happened in the past,
Right?
Which happens for some reason. We don't got the formula right yet for us to learn from the past so we can have a better future. The whole thing about there's a wide range of you have your good people and then you have your ignorant people. That's the best way I could put it. The ignorant people, they're gonna teach like, when you learn about your history, you should be mad about it. You should hate the oppressors. You should do whatever you can to uproot the oppressors.
That's what I was talking about. That mentality.
But you also do have black people with the mentality that, we should learn from the past and focus on these other points to actually better the future. Like, there are solutions to get the higher ups that are ignorant, are bad, all of that. There is a way to get them out of office so we can have a better community, a better living standard, better funding for
Can I interject
schools and everything. Yeah, what's up?
I don't particularly feel like we need a certain person in office to create a better community.
I mean, we don't necessarily, but to get some of that stuff done.
Because me as a person, if I got a screwed up mindset, I got a screwed up mindset no matter who in office.
Okay.
If I'm out here teaching people to hate white folks and that black people are the original people and white folks are sin, if I'm out here saying stuff like that, it doesn't matter who's in office.
Okay.
And you literally got people out here saying that, and they're black people. That are preaching that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I've been called all kind of names for my choice and who I love. I've been told my kids are going to be an abomination.
Those are the ignorant ones that we were talking about.
It goes back to how they was raised too.
If you from the hood, I'm gonna be real with you. You were raised the same exact way as the rest of them. You were taught the same thing about Black History Month. The same values about Black history. I mean, we were all told the same exact thing. They told us about slavery, and they said, "Well, this is a problem." Not this was a problem. This is a problem.
Yeah.
I mean, when Black History Month come around, I see most of things like, the first black person that did this or that.
See, that's the stuff I want to hear.
Yeah, that's what
and I
see
never hear about
so
it.
So you never hear about
Never.
it. Even our job did that.
Yeah, which I thought was amazing. Yeah, they did it in installments.
Yeah, but you haven't seen that?
Yeah.
There's
like in general.
Oh no, not in general.
In school.
Like on BET, they just did that. They kind of did it. Like but no.
So you never had a Black History Month school project.
Well, I don't know about all that, but social media does that a lot. Actually, there's a group that they will flood your. They'll flood the junk with this person made light bulb. Light bulb wouldn't be here because of a black man. Black man made the light bulb. No, not the light bulb. The thing in the middle of the light bulb.
The coil in the middle of the light bulb. Yeah.
Yeah. Talked about the first black samurai. The real cool. It was something else.
Black Dynamite, that's you.
Sweet.
That's what I see most of the time, and that's what I've seen growing up. Like I said,
Look, y'all about to make this into a whole segment.
Yeah,
anyway,
like we done went in like 30 minutes.
Anyway,
how long? 30 minutes. Yep.
there
Look,
is
check
a
this out. So
positive and negative in all communities, but to better ourselves, it's going to start with ourselves.
Say that again.
To better ourselves as a whole, it is going to start with ourselves. Each
Break that down a little. Break that down a little bit. You're getting the spotlight. Go for it. Go for it.
All right. So to better ourselves as a community, as a whole, as a nation in general, it must start with ourselves. Each individual person has to want better, has to have a passion to do better.
Right.
To just what did you stop it?
No, go ahead. Don't worry about her.
Like we have to love ourselves first, so we can learn how to love each other and everyone else. Now this is not gonna happen overnight. This is not gonna happen the next day. This is not gonna happen in a couple minutes, couple years, couple months. It may take decades. It may take centuries, but it needs to start somewhere so we can get this ball rolling.
No, it already took a few centuries. Now we need to get this happen like yesterday.
Meow.
Like yesterday. Like this. We need to stop being our own problem. We need to stop getting in our own way and let the healing process start. If the healing process never starts, then we never heal from it. And we don't teach the healing. We teach the majority. The majority. We teach the pain.
Can I tell y'all something? So back in Baltimore, you ever been to the Black and Wax Museum?
I have.
You know the slave ship.
Yeah.
And they whisper, remember. Yeah, that's.
Wow. I haven't been, but that's stupid.
Don't that sound horrible?
Mm-hmm.
Don't that sound horrible?
I was scared the first time I went there.
Yeah, it's creepy as hell. And
terrifying.
I went when I was in 7th grade. This was fucking kids, and we went up in that joint like we looking like, what the fuck is this?
You remember the time?
So, okay, yeah. And with that topic about looking to ourselves for the future, another thing that you're going to need for the future is good health. So with that being said, focus on your health today by going over to fnxfit.com and using the code AMGFIT to get your new health products. And they got I've been drinking this green juice for about a minute now, and it's been doing wonders for me, honestly. Ain't nobody else tried it yet. I've been kind of keeping it all to myself. Hence the turn next that I got in the studio with me tonight. So go over there to FNX Fit. They got gear for you. They got pre-workout gear, collagen proteins, and all that other stuff like that. A lot of good stuff. I'm still navigating through their inventory right now, and it's a lot of good stuff, man. But for good health, focus on good health. Get over to fnxfit.com and use the code AMGFIT to get 20% off of your order today.
Is that what you had to tell us?
Huh.
Was that the surprise?
He said it was a surprise. I'm blindsided.
I was too. I was like, I know he did not. Just dropped it.
Like, hold it on. Wait a minute. I thought he was about to transition the conversation. That did not go the way I thought it would.
He didn't warn us about this guy.
Oh, man.
Oh my God.
Man.
Okay. All right.
I mean,
Dropped it right in the middle.
Behind you got to focus on your health, ladies and gentlemen.
I was just told that I need to.
Got to focus on your health. Health is wealth, and we can focus on wealth and finances, materials, all we want. But if we ain't got good health, none of that means a damn. If you ain't got a body to walk this world in, then it don't even matter how much money you got.
Was you just waiting for an opening for that?
Nah. Nah, you create the opening. You create the opening. You make it happen yourself because it's hard to bind slavery and Jim Crow with good health. Unless Jim Crow was in the gym.
Why would you do that?
Oh man, we spent a whole lot of time talking about something like I didn't think the conversation was gonna get that deep, and I actually had the idea of splitting it off and making a second episode for it, but we just gonna go ahead and continue with what we got. So something's been on my mind for a while now. Mm-hmm. And of course, you guys already know about it. And I just felt like, it couldn't happen in our immediate circle and us not talk about it. So today we're going to dive a little bit into relationships, and specifically, we got some guys out here. Like I noticed that we got some guys out here that's really making good guys look bad. Yes. They are posing as said good guys, and they are doing things that
doing the
dirt, and they're playing victim, and then they're wondering why certain things are happening to them. Like it's a little confusing. So
it's kind of a mental health thing there.
Ooh, yeah, that might be. Yeah, that might be the case for real. Like. So
can you get a check with it?
Marcus, everything.
Damn, I wish our board was working. that failure button.
Oh, I mean, you said mental illness. I'm like,
I mean, yeah.
So that's what you think when you hear mental illness? Money?
I mean,
a check?
Man, some people do it for that reason, though. Yeah. I had an aunt that did it. Somebody said play crazy, and the state will give you a check. So she played crazy, got put in Central State.
That's good. No, my aunt's right there.
Jeez, they sent her to Central State, and she came back real crazy.
Because there's so crazy motherfuckers in there. That's why.
She came back and she won't play no more. Like, I don't know how that happened.
It's them pills that they give them. Them pills
on.
with the man inside.
But anyway.
Tragic.
So yeah, all right. So I'm gonna ask a question. I'm trying not to put too much of an emphasis on it because I did get the blessing to bring this to the podcast. Mm-hmm. But I promise not to say any names. However, the people in our immediate circle, they would know who we're talking about.
Of course.
We gonna try to keep it a little under wraps as to the entirety of the situation. However, I want to know what the hell makes a man bounce around, flaunt in his relationship, telling everybody, making a full point to go out of his way to tell everybody that he come in contact with that he love his woman. She's my everything. I would do anything for that woman.
Preach.
And then turn around and cheat.
It's a mental illness. I'm telling you.
No. Because people with mental illnesses still treat the ones that they love better than that. So let's not even talk about that. Right. It was a joke at first, but for real, let's go there. Dog. Because we taking all excuses off the table right now.
Why would you do that? You go around, where's my woman? Where I love that woman, and then just behind closed doors, you just.
I want to say
you close the door behind closed doors, like you just create a whole different room.
Like, why would you do that?
Greed. Like
I think he might have just killed the conversation.
I'm sorry. You asked the question.
No, keep going.
I mean, like, all I can think of is greed. Like he had something great and he just wanted more. I mean, I don't know what he was going for, but it didn't seem like it was any upgrades or anything like that. Anything of
maybe,
but
but see, I think this person, the way he was raised and grown up to be, he didn't get a lot. And in the younger years when everybody started doing,
I didn't either.
Experiment.
But that's
not no, some people hopefully. But some people, like, once they get it, they go crazy about it.
All right, I see where you're going with that. But I was actually told that his father was the catalyst for that, and he's like repeating actions that his father did because his father used to step out on his mom like that. Maybe we getting too deep in that.
Is that too much?
But
I probably won't cut that. Maybe
when you go through something like that, it still depends on your person. Like, I kind of agree that, you do inherit some thoughts or some mindset from your parents. But if you see, like, your father or someone of significance cheat on someone you love, like your mom or something like that, that would hit a certain way for me. I don't know about anybody else, but, like, that would...
But it hit the wrong way. Like, after seeing your mom hurt and stuff, wouldn't you want to do the opposite?
Right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So, like, what causes you to do the same thing?
Like, you've seen that hurt. Like,
you watched that happen, and you just decided,
and
like,
then you already got your ass beat the first time.
She beat his ass?
We're not gonna, first of all, I mean...
The first time.
I wouldn't step to that. He won't go win. Like,
I can't breathe.
Oh,
Marcus,
know your limits. Know your limits, fam.
It took you that long to laugh.
I was trying not to. Shut up, man.
Jesus.
God damn, man.
That first of all, that should have gave you all incentive not to do what you did.
I agree. I'm not even. Oh man, damn, bro.
Like, he did what?
Bitch, do you know? Sure? Do you know who you?
Did he not go on Facebook?
Bro, stop.
Oh, glisten no. What you ate? Oh, it's something coming off.
Oh damn.
Oh, that should be. What you doing with makeup on at work?
I put it on when I got here.
Oh, all right.
See, he put this on my ass because I put on makeup.
Nah, you can put up makeup. I don't know about the word though. Stuff caked up at work.
No, I didn't wear it at work.
I never.
But I think the part that really screwed me up was the lack of the lack of responsibility and what and ownership and what happened. Apparently, my man, like, after the fact, he like got the calling around and trying to get people to take his side. Like, how?
You wrong. You did motherfucking wrong. I'm sorry for the language, but, like, there's no coming back from that.
Yeah, like, if you're gonna do that, like, like,
bro, take ownership.
Take the L. Take the L.
Yeah, that shit. Fuck, I did it. Yeah, I
you
mean,
do
what you
do?
I mean, that sounds like you don't give a fuck.
I mean, you don't. He showed already that he don't give a fuck multiple times. So why act like you give a fuck at the end?
Right.
Like, bro, you might as well go out like a G. You'd already came this far.
Right. And it's just I know how I feel because I was cheated on when I was pregnant. Well,
you called it.
He wouldn't say that it's cheating. I feel like it's different forms of cheating. It's physical, of course.
Of course.
And then there's the emotional one.
That's about it.
I want to say it's another one, but it's other forms of cheating. Like if you telling a girl, you asking her for pictures of herself and stuff, and
Digital cheating.
yeah, and talking about I beat off to your pictures while your pregnant girlfriend is in the same room as you.
Oh.
You okay, Dave?
Yeah, I'm
Jesus
good.
Christ.
And then
Well, see, so
I mean,
I
porn
did.
wouldn't suffice. It's free. What?
Yeah, porn is free. Pornhub,
Free as a mud.
X videos, Google.
and the thing is, if it was a random girl, I probably wouldn't even, let it slide around. But it was a coworker, so it was like, yeah.
And it's upsetting that he did that while you were pregnant, though.
Yeah.
Like, that's the upsetting part. Like, dog, like, I'm sitting here fantasizing about having babies. Like, fantasizing. What they gonna look like. What the life gonna be like. All type of shit. Like, what kind of house we gonna live in. What they gonna grow up to be. Like, I'm thinking about that shit, like, now. And for you to like, be, like, you knocked the girl up. You knocked the girl up. You were there. She was with you. She trusted and you leaned on you and you knocked the girl up and you leave her hanging high and dry during the process. While she cooking your fucking baby. Like, that's...
It's ridiculous. Like, if you have no intentions of being with a said female for even like the long term, like, just say that up front.
Yeah.
Like, don't beat around the bush and then get too invested in somebody and then they thinking you want the world just like they want the world from you, and then you just in it for the
booty. You in it for the ass.
The cheating don't even be the worst part. The worst part is the excuses after it.
Right.
I bet. Yeah.
I heard a friend said, "Oh, I had a moment of weakness. I cheated on my girlfriend. I had a moment of weakness." Like, what?
No, but you just weak.
Right.
You just a weak ass motherfucker. Like, you let the flesh get involved and take over what your responsibilities was supposed to do.
Right.
Like, you got a moral responsibility as a man to take care of your woman and your child, dog. And like, as a man, I can't imagine knocking somebody up and not being in the child's life. Right. So for that reason, like, I'm not about to knock a girl up and leave her and do anything that's going to jeopardize the fact that she might be done with me when I do this certain action. So let me not do that because I want to be in my child's life. Like, I can't imagine not being in my child's life. This ain't even about the woman anymore. This is about the kid. Because it's like, hey, yo, like, for real, we ain't even got to be together, but we can live in the same house and we gonna take care of this baby.
No, we can't live in the same house.
We about no. I ain't talking about the cheating part.
No.
Like, we like, excuse all that. Like, I ain't about to, like, if we gotta be separate or whatever, like, that's all that is what it is. I mean, I've seen people do it. They kind of cohabitate or whatever, even though they kind of like got like open marriages or whatever. Like, I feel like that's how that happens. But I mean, that's not for me. I ain't doing it, but whatever the case is, I don't care how you need to cope with it on your end, but I'm here with this fucking baby. I don't care how you gotta handle it. I'm here with this baby. So, I mean, this ain't even about kids. They ain't had kids together, but I'm just like tripping off the fact that as a man, my man, like, he just like felt the need to start calling around and talk to her friends and try to get her friends to take his side. And like, as if we didn't already know you were fucking up in the beginning.
Right. And
then, I'm not trying to like take over the conversation or anything, but like, I tried to talk to this dude on multiple occasions. Tried talking to him. Like, yo, I just seen her walk away from you. Like, and she got the sour face. She got the sour face on. Like, bro, she look like she just been sniffing lemons. Like,
the fuck's
like she like somebody squirted like acid in her eyes. Like, she just walked away from you pissed, bro. Like, what you do? Man, I don't know, man. Like, she just be tripping.
I feel like he the type of person that don't want nobody in his business.
I get that.
I get that vibe.
But I get that. But if you in public and you literally piss your woman off, you literally just pissed your woman off in public. Like, you can't hide that.
Right.
You've literally put everybody in your business because you know your woman. Like, I know what not to do to piss Lee off. I know what not to do. And I also know what to do to piss her off. So therefore, like, if I'm a secretive person, if I'm a private guy or whatever, I'm not going to be in public and piss her off and have people in my business. I'm just gonna do the right thing from the beginning.
Right.
And when it happens, when I do something, and it wasn't even the fact like him being a private person, like that's not even relevant at this point. But the problem here was that you were called out for pissing your girl off, and you blamed it on her.
The blame game.
I'm like, hold up, fam. And I was like, I had to take a step back for a second when you said it. I was like, what you just say? I was dead ass serious. I'm like, yo, what you say? He was like, man, she just be, you know how women go and you know how they do. I'm like, no, I don't. Tell me. And so he started with this whole random nonsense that he's spitting. I'm like, let me tell you something, bro. And you may not have gotten this lesson, as I know you didn't grow up with your father, and it's just you and your mom in the house. Let me tell you though, if your girl walk away from you pissed off at something that you said, it's your fault.
Facts.
It ain't got nothing to do with her. You pissed her off. She didn't look at you and just like, this motherfucker, and just walk away. Like, bro, you like from what I was seeing from a distance, you said something, she got upset and she walked away from you. Like, hair flipping and everything. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Like, you can't blame that on her because whatever you said out of your mouth triggered her. So how are you going to just turn that back on her and act as if though what you said wasn't the problem? What in your mind?
A lot of men do that though. They play the blame game. I was told, I was getting none from you. Of course he wasn't.
And all right, excuse me. Hold up.
Sorry.
Hold up. Say that again.
I wasn't getting none from you.
Okay.
I'm scared.
Okay.
Just because you're in a relationship does not mean that you have full consent to have the punani each and every day or whenever you feel like it. There still has to be a mutual consent each and every time you have the sexual of the intercourse.
Okay.
The intercourse. I'm sorry.
And just in case that explanation was too complex for anybody out there listening, let me attempt to try to break it down for you just a little bit more.
I'm scared.
If you never score, you can't win the game. If you never get the ball, take the ball down the court, put the ball in the net, swish, you cannot win the game. And let me try to break that down just a little bit more.
Just a little bit.
You as the man, and we get a lot of pressure. I mean, let's go ahead and put it out there. We got a woman on we got a woman on here, and she can vouch for everything that I'm about to say, because I'm pretty sure she probably feel it. And Marcus, he a good dude, so I ain't really got too many worries about what's going on across the table, even though she be trying to put on a show in front of the cameras and shit. But
Okay.
but check this out, like, for real. As a man, like, you not obligated to get sex.
Mm-mm.
And just like Marcus said, you ain't obligated just because you in a relationship with a woman and you got into the relationship with the woman for sex, sexual purposes. You were better off not getting in a relationship. And let me tell you exactly why that's the case. Because you just wanted somebody to have sex with. Mm-hmm. That woman wanted to be in a relationship.
Damn right.
So
it's like you wanted to own her body.
Right. And the woman wanted to be in a secure situation. And you, as the player, you tried to play the wrong game, and you played the defender. You played the provider. You played the comforter. You played all of these different roles and made yourself look like what she wanted. And then at the end of the day, she stopped giving you what you wanted because you didn't provide what she wanted.
But I was too far along for sex anyway, so I couldn't.
That ain't a thing. Is it?
Pregnancy, yeah.
Don't look this way. I don't know.
I ain't getting that.
Google.
I ain't getting in that. I ain't getting into that. Not that ain't a topic for the podcast.
But anyway, back to a man's. Just that kind of goes with him too, cause like what?
Actually, can we bounce back on that right quick?
Rewind.
Can we?
Pregnancy?
We can go back on that.
Okay.
As a pregnant woman, that was almost near your due date. Mm-hmm. You were judged.
A month.
You were judged.
Not
harshly.
Even a month.
You were judged harshly for not giving out near your due date. I had to go back to make sure that that's what she was saying. I just got a headache. I just had a little bit of a headache. But see, and then you further prove that you are not the provider and the comforter as you claim to be at the beginning, because you don't give a fuck about the health.
It's like more to that story, but I don't.
I bet. Yeah. I bet. I don't want to make you relive that, but that's.
It's saddening.
This may be just making up words.
Hey, that English language, hey, that's what we do.
It's like, what sound better? I am broke or I is rich?
But yeah, like there's literally in this day and age no need for all that beating around the bush, all that playing. Right. You can want just sex out of a relationship or out of opposite gender or same gender, because you know that's what we're not biased of anything like that now. But just be honest, be upfront. Like you can say, hey, I don't really want a relationship right now, but I just want that thing in between your legs. Would you mind if I just take you out one time and just we go back to my place or get a hotel and just we do the dang thing? It's that easy.
I honestly thought that's what you wanted to do. I'm sorry.
Just put it out there, why don't you? Jesus, God.
No, that was in the back of my mind.
It's in the back of every woman's mind. Especially women that go through stuff.
Right.
These are facts.
And it's hard because it's like a good man who really just genuinely wants the woman has to break down barriers and shit that some other guy has built on his way out.
Thanks.
And it gives everybody a bad rep. Mm-hmm. And then, like, not only that, but you have women out here who never open up.
Or don't want it. Just don't want it in general.
Exactly. They never open back up. Mm-hmm. And they ignore opportunities in general, and they end up just alone.
But that's crazy.
Yep.
It was kind of hard, but I was like, you know what? I'm just
got rejected like that one time. I was told I was weird. Well, I wasn't told, but trying to get with this one lady, and
lady. How old was she? Old.
no, she was like, she used to go to my school, but then she moved away or whatever. And then we like kind of started talking, and then I was like, you know what? I wasn't like trying to even get with her sexually. I was just like, you know what? See what you're going through. Going through a worse phase.
Lady, I was like, I'm waiting for him to say the wrong age, and I was about to. Be careful what you say, young man.
But anyway, I was literally just trying to invite this lady out to dinner. I was like, so you have a kid? I don't mind. Just dinner.
Yeah, he was very open about the kid part. I was like afraid. I was like, you know, I told him my whole situation. Like, this motherfucker's still here. He won't leave.
Sure.
I have a child. And he was just fine with it all.
Anyway, that's not the point.
Okay.
The kid is not the point.
Yep.
But anyway, okay. We stopped talking or whatever, and then my homeboy hits me up. He was like, hey, you know, such and such. And I was like, yeah. I was just talking to the other day. He was like, yo, I understand, you know, you're a real good dude and all this other stuff, but, you know, she not the one to be going for. And I was like, what's up? He was like, she kind of hit me up, and she was like, you know, such and such. And he was like, yeah. And she was like, you kind of came off like a little weird or whatever. And I'm just like, I just invited the bride to dinner. That's all I wanted. Just
That's weird.
apparently to some females, being too nice is a red flag in their book. Just like,
or just being a grown man in general, because like
Right.
I didn't hear anything weird in that statement.
exactly.
You
And that
asked her out to dinner, and it's just that was it. But you could have said no and just left it alone. Like, why you got to go back and telling folks?
right.
Like, you just blocked your whole blessing just right there. Just who you calling weird?
I wouldn't even been mind being like a meal ticket. I mean, you ain't have to take it that far, but like, freaking just dinner. Applebee's 20. What? The 2 for 20.
It's 22 now.
20.
baby.
It was like 2 for
raising
20.
our prices on microwave food.
The audacity. But yeah, it's like some people they see niceness or just grown shit, and they just like it's foreign to them.
That's because they don't want to be bamboozled again.
But
Nah, I think I get what he's saying, because it's like people who, if it's too good, then
Too
they're
good to be
suspicious.
true. Yeah.
They're suspicious.
But that's the thing though, like, you don't know everybody. Just because of one mistake, somebody else, just like the media thing we were talking about, they take that one bad moment and they just blow it out of proportion.
Yeah.
What's that saying? One bad apple spoils the whole bunch.
Yeah.
But if you cut it for the tree, if you cut it from the tree, you save the tree.
Ooh, that was Steve. That was deep. I don't even know if he did that on purpose. He just slid that one in there. I don't even think he did that on purpose. That was good though. I like that.
Thank you. But yeah, like, it's because this is something I do. In every relationship I go into or pursue,
That's not
lady I
important
pursue,
now. So
well, yeah, I always go into it with a fresh start.
White slate clean. You told
Yeah.
me that.
You listen. Oh, she listen. She listen to me, y'all. But yeah, like that should be your mindset. Like, you should have high hopes that this one should be better than the last.
yeah, the amount of work that I had to do to and I'm not gonna say work like I didn't do it like willingly, but like the stuff that I went through with Alyssa, and it's just the things that I had to do to get her to open up. Like, she told me the story about her ex, and just was like, it was a pretty horrible relationship where a narcissistic person latched on to somebody who was just open to hear everything that he was saying, and he damn near broke her. And here I come along, just like, legitimate. Y'all know how I was when that girl first got to that building.
I was there when you introduced yourself, and I was like, Marcus.
You were.
Because I walked by, I was like, Marcus, Aaron talking to that new girl.
Yeah, because you were standing on the other side of her. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, like I was like smitten. Like if love at first sight exists, then it was that. Like I was like, yo, she is gorgeous. Like something about her just seemed like something I want to have around me, and I was just like, yo, like legitimately. Like I just want to see where this goes, and she just like for like the first month just was like, I don't know about you. Like she never said it, but it was like
that's what you got.
Yeah, it was like she gave a little bit, and she was like she give a little bit and just like look at me, just like, what you gonna do with it? Like you gonna wait? Is this the part where you gonna disappoint me? Oh wait, no. It'll be next week. Is this the part where you gonna disappoint me? No, not this week. No. Wait. And then she was like, okay, like she came back from her from her vacation to Hawaii, and she was like, oh, he's still interested. Like, yeah.
Wow.
Like, but yeah, like, where was I going with that? I think I just wanted to talk about him.
But it was the females when they get into new relationships, they got all that,
all that baggage from
the baggage.
Relationship.
Yeah. I think what really screwed me up was when my man called me and was like, man, I just want somebody to talk to.
If you're religious, talk to God.
Can I get a amen?
Amen.
Ooh. I don't know why I thought about what's that song? Mr. Telephone Operator. It's like when I call my girl, I get a click every time.
Oh, Mr. Telephone Man, there's something wrong with my life.
Sing it.
When I dial a number, I get a dial. What is it? I get a click every time.
Yeah. Jesus. We ain't right.
He still ain't called me though.
We ain't right. But
he ain't called us. He know not to call me because I tell it straight up.
I was like, bro, I mean, if you want to talk about business, bro, you can call me and we can maybe talk about it. But you call me after business hours. But because you don't call me between these times because you probably ain't gonna get the time of day. But you call me after this time and we could talk business maybe. But if you calling me about your personal life, I don't, bro. You ain't ready for that. It's like, don't do me like that, man. Don't do me like that, man. I'm like, all right. Call me if you want, bro. Call me if you want. And he's like, yo, I understand you probably chose sides already. Bitch, what?
Right.
All right.
Anyway, in all honesty, we wish the best for our mains.
I don't really care.
No.
No, not the best. Okay.
No.
I don't really care. Like, I mean, I hope he
trying to be nice.
I hope he figure it out.
Better yourself.
Yes.
I hope he figure it out. Like, there's no way and I say this as humbly as possible, Mark.
Buddy.
There is no way that he was friends with us and did what he did and was and didn't think twice about it. There's no way. No way at all.
Oh. True. All right.
Because first of all,
you got two examples.
Two prime examples on top of that. And we learning. I ain't about to sit here and say I'm perfect in my relationship because we still have our disagreements every now and then. We still have our disagreements every now and then. Me and Alyssa, but I ain't, bro. Like, I don't need nobody around me as an example of a cheater. First of all, like, I love my woman, and I already made plans to spend the rest of my life with her. So with that being said, if I'm having fantasies about what our future is going to look like, what our future kids is going to be like, our future household, how we going to die, how we going to operate in this company with another family, as that I add that in there, by the way. I've thought about that as well. How all of us are going to interact with one another in the future. I don't want nobody around me that's going to jeopardize that. I don't want nobody around me that's even going to put that toxicity into the air, into my space. Like, I can't have that around me. Toxicity. And I told my man, like, yo, I tried to give like subtle hints, and it probably was my fault that I wasn't like direct with him. Like, yo, I heard about the shit that you've been doing. The fuck is wrong with you? And maybe I should have. He
probably would have been mad as a bitch.
Their relationship probably would have ended a lot sooner.
Yeah. If everybody was just open.
No. I'm curious. So I'm curious because we like make this prime goal to help people and assist and bring out the best in people. Like, are we really in the right for not saying anything, even though we knew what was going on?
Is that a respect for her?
I get that, but we could. Do I respect her more than I want to see her in pain? Is the question that I deal with, that I struggle with. Like, it's like, all right, I'm gonna give an example. One of my best friends, guy was in the military where we damn near grew up with each other. We've been knowing each other for the last 12 years now. Started at the same time, met in Fort Knox when we were in basic training. So this guy is like a brother to me. But during my relationship, my previous relationship, he knew that my ex was cheating and didn't say anything for 2 years. And his response to me asking about it, like, yo, why didn't you say anything? He was like, oh, that ain't got nothing to do with me. He was like, yeah, I love you as a brother, but, you know, in your personal situation, he was like, I've had bad experiences where I've tried to say something and it backfired on me. And I get that. I understand how that happens, but at the same time, I'm like, yo, like, this woman is our friend. Like, I've literally called her like a big sister to me. Like, that's literally how I view her. And I literally just was like, I ain't saying nothing to my man. I ain't about to check my man. But in a sense, though, I realized, like, if that was my real sister, I'd be down my man's throat.
Right.
Yeah. So it's like, yo, am I wrong or am I right for not saying anything?
Yeah. But when she told me like not to say anything. Don't say anything.
Yeah, your real sister would tell you not to say anything too. Because it's like, yo, I can fix this. I can fix this. I can fix this. No, you can't. I'm about to take this situation right out your hands. Let me handle it.
If
the situation was never handled, by the way,
I want to say it really depends on the person you're trying to protect, if they want it or not. But even then, I mean,
nobody wants what's right.
You're right. So
because if that was the case, then
that answer would have to be answered with yourself. It's kind of almost like the if a tree falls in the woods, does it make a sound? Scientifically, yes, it does make a sound. But
if ain't nobody there, if there's nobody there to hear it, then
hear or perceive it, does it really happen? So I've had a incident where I had a fellow brother, one of my homeboys, one of his exes was cheating, and our group was circle. It was like, oh, we ain't gonna tell him. And I was like, the fuck we not? I was like, this is a homie, this is a fellow homie. He was like, nah, we that's none of our business. And he was like walking up, and I'm just like, I'm gonna tell him, nigga, let me tell you about your woman. So that's what happened. They're no longer together. He's in a better relationship now. Said lady was after they broke up, she actually went with another friend of the group breaking bro code, but another story. Recent,
just trifling motherfuckers everywhere.
right? So another incident, same incident. Well, not really the same incident, but I was talking to a lady. Sorry, this is actually right before her, and the lady, I don't know if you remember, but we talked. Okay, all right. So talking to her, she's talking all this, like hyping up the relationship of us and the idea of us and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
And come to turns out, like, she's just like not into it, and I'm just like, I gave you like plenty of opportunities. I even sat back. I was like, all right, this is a little too big good to be true. So I'm like, all right, yo, don't lie to me. You know, you can be honest. How do you really feel about it? Because you keep saying, oh, you know, we're just friends and all this other stuff, and I'm just like, you kind of talking a real big game. You know, you talking about kids, you talking about all this other stuff. That's not what friends talk about. But anyway,
True.
Turns out once further down the line, I get on Facebook one time. Someone was like, you know, check your Facebook, bro. And I checked my Facebook, and she was in a relationship with some other dude.
I'll be down.
So I was like, all right, cool.
You dirty bitch.
Right. So
That's all right. That worked out.
So
and then I came along.
I screenshot the post, sent it to my bro, and I was like, "Oh man, I'm so hurt." You know, I was faking, I was joking. So I was like, he was like, "Yeah, it's real weird because like she would call up another one of our friends and talk to them about you." And I was like, "All right, I don't really care about the situation." So I was like, left it alone. But it kept eating at me at work, and I was like,
Bitch,
"Yo, what'd she say about?"
Bitch, what you say?
And he was like, she was just talking about like how, you know, she wasn't really feeling you, or like she just didn't like how you know, came on and all this other stuff. And I'm just like,
why waste my time?
Right? Like, why put all that effort into making this whole fantasy and all this other stuff and just not tell me the truth? And I called her out about it, and I was like, yo, the nicest way possible. I was like, yo, I ain't really mad that you got, you know, you're in a relationship and all that. That's cool. But I just felt it was really disrespectful. You couldn't be honest with me, and I've been honest with you this entire time. She was like, oh, man, I just woke up to this BS and all this other stuff. Just posting it on Facebook and all this other stuff. Not texting me back about the whole situation and nothing like that. And then I was like, all right, that's weird. So, my homeboy, her uncle, they're like real close. He hits me up. He's like, hey, yo, what's going on? And I'm just like, I'm good. Yo, niece or whatever you want to call her or whatever, you know, kind of acting up. So I told him the whole story, and he was like, yo, you right. Like, you did nothing wrong. Like, I had to take your side on this. So he was like, you know, just leave her alone, you know, get into all her signs and all that. She's a Cancer, so she does all this. And I'm like,
Motherfuckers want to blame the goddamn astrology.
Like,
what is that? What is this? What is this?
But anyway, so I was like, I'm gonna try one more time. I hit her up, and I was like, hey, yo, are we good? She was like, yeah. And I'm like, no. Are we good? Do you have any comments, concern about the message that I sent about how disrespectful she was? And she just like didn't text me back. So I went to my bro, and I was like, bro. He's like, I already know. She already hit me up. And I'm just like, she's doing exactly what I'm trying to get her not to do. Just tell me. You can tell me off. You can cuss at me. You could give me the bird, you know, trash my name, anything.
She did trash your name.
Behind my back, not to my face, though. Like, to my face.
No,
that's all I wanted.
Cuss at you, though.
I mean, but I need to know.
You rather get the option to cuss back.
Give me the closure I need. Like, shit. But it's just
no damn.
It's just people's mindset. But it's like they will go above and beyond not to be grown, but say they want to be grown, and it's just
I'm grown.
Right. Act like it. Like,
Right.
let's be adults. Like, be adults. Be honest.
Let's have a real conversation.
Tell me how you really feel. But yeah, that's all you have to do is just be honest. Be truthful.
Stayed with my ex for like 3 years. After I found out that she was cheating on me the first time, and we talked about it. Had what I thought was a intelligible, grown up adult conversation about it, and thought it was over. And 3 years later, I found out that she still cheating with the same dude. I'm like,
Yeah, she felt like she could get away with it.
At this point, this isn't just cheating. This is same dude. That's a whole relationship.
This is disrespectful.
That's a whole relationship. And she was playing like
both men went.
She had like a double life.
God dang.
Yeah. So like, why waste somebody's time like that? If you ain't in it, if you ain't into it, like, just let it go.
Thanks.
Just let it go. Like, that's what this whole episode is about. Like, if you're not into a person, man, don't leave nobody on, man. It's like, time is the most important thing that we get in life. Like, there's nothing more important than your time. Like, you can get all the money in the world, but if you ain't got the time to spend it, if you on your deathbed, that money don't mean anything if you ain't got 20 minutes to go spend something.
It's a hot commodity.
Bruh, but like, time, like, we get 86,400 seconds every day we wake up. Well, every night at 12 o'clock a.m. We get 86,400 seconds. And we got a limited window of what we can do with that 86,400 seconds. Now, me personally, I'm about to put my 86,400 into something that's going to feed my 86,400 tomorrow. If I'm thinking that I'm spending my time on you and we're about to, live happily ever after, and then all of a sudden, that all that change, and you just like come out and just be like, yeah, I wasn't really feeling it. Then why the fuck didn't you say anything?
Yeah, people, just be honest. It's 2020. Be honest. Be on your shit. But check us out on YouTube at Mac of All Trades. Check us our website at ascensiondynasty.com.
We are now on, and it has been confirmed, and apparently I was the only one that didn't know, but we are on Apple Podcasts. So feel free to go leave us a review if you listen to us on Apple Podcasts. Huh?
You can do that. Yep.
Yeah.
And
get us up there on the charts.
Check us out on Facebook. Like, comment, and share.
Review.
Leave a review. I mean, talk about us. Give us something. Give us some type of feedback. Yeah.
Because we love doing this for y'all.
Yeah.
I mean, we do it for us, but y'all.
Y'all decide, brother. Nah, yeah, we love y'all. We love y'all.
Yeah. Anybody watching us, anybody hearing us right now under the sound of our voice.
Ooh.
We do this for you. We do this for.
Camera about to go up.
It's all good. We talking to this one.
Yeah. I wanted to say this about the young lady that got cheated on, if she is listening. I
love you.
Hope you don't feel that this is the whole cheating is a reflection of you.
Bro, I promise you,
you didn't.
I promise you.
I wanted to make sure. I wanted to have a touching moment.
I promise you, she's good, dog.
She really doesn't.
Like she. Like,
a weight been lifted off her shoulders. Like
I've never seen anybody like in a relationship and start glowing like they pregnant. Like, I've never seen that before. Like, she's good. I promise you, she's good. Oh boy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Dirty Trunk Podcast. Thank you for What the Fudge. Thank you for joining us tonight on this long episode of the Dirty Trunk Podcast. But with that being said, we're going to go ahead and wrap this thing up, and we will catch you next week. Deuces.